Hey there, beautiful people. It's Dina bringing your daily dose. If you're a mom or a dad and you are struggling through a season of hardship with your kids, maybe you have adult children that are walking down a path. You wish you could stop them. You see them walking towards a cliff and there's nothing you can do to stop them. Trust me, I have been that kid, and I'm also a mom that has watched my children go through that. And sometimes you feel helpless and you think, I don't know what I could possibly do. But there is something that you can do. And this is really what my encouragement is for you today. You can pray for them. There's so much power in our prayers. So my mom was a praying mom. She is a praying mom, and I know she watches all of these. So I just want to say thank you, Mom, for praying for me through all of the challenges that I know that I caused you. I caused my parents a lot of grief. Most of that was because I didn't know who I was. I would find my identity in my friends, and my friends didn't know who they were either. I'm saying in their spirit. They didn't know who they were. So we made a lot of bad choices. We did a lot of things that were wrong because we thought that's what the other one wanted to do. And so we were just trying to be accepted. And I think most teenagers go through that. As younger kids, I have a twin brother. We were pretty good kids. But I definitely found myself in a difficult group of friends when I was a teenager. And it led me down a pretty bad path. And to the point where when I was 17, I got kicked out of my house. Now, at the time, that was probably one of the most traumatic things that I ever had to go through. But I look back now and think, if I was the parent of that child that was doing that, would I have done something different? I don't know. I think they did exactly what they needed to do. And it helped me to become who I am. I was incorrigible. I was doing things that I ought not to be doing. But the one thing that my parents never did is they never gave up on me, even though I had to leave their house because I was not following the rules and I was being very defiant and very disrespectful. They never gave up on me. They never stopped praying for me. My mom never stopped praying for me. And I am a testament today to show you that even in the worst case scenarios where your kid is going off on the deep end, maybe they're addicted to drugs, maybe they're dealing with some toxic relationships, maybe they're financially really struggling and barely holding their head above water. I don't know what it is that your kid's going through. I've gone through all of it myself and every single one of those situations with my own children. Maybe your child is struggling with a mental illness or depression to the point where they're suicidal. I also struggled with that. Whatever that is, first and foremost that God has got your child because that child is His first. He entrusted you to raise that child up in His ways. And if you're not raising that child up in the ways of the Lord, then your child's going to have to figure that one out on their own when they grow up. Now, we have the responsibility of starting that path, but your child will figure that out on their own. God will continue to draw that child close to Him. And a lot of times He uses difficult situations to do that, to get us to the end of ourselves. I've shared many times, we've got to heal our own trauma. We can't pass that down to our kids. If we're healthy and strong, then we can pass that down to our kids. We can teach them how to walk through stressful situations because on this earth, we're going to have stressful situations. On this earth, we're going to have trouble. We're not going to get out of this without trouble. But we can teach our children how to walk through that with perseverance and strength. But if we don't, because we haven't done the right things as a parent ourselves, God is still going to get your child to where they need to go. I want to make sure that I'm not contributing any more trauma to my children than I have in the past. I might still, I don't know. I hope I don't. I hope that I've healed those relationships. But the thing is that if you are walking through that right now, there's always a way out of that because you can pray your way out of that. You can surrender that child to God. Whether they're a baby and you're dedicating that child and you're promising that you're going to raise up that child, even if you end up not following through with that, God still got that child. Maybe if you're going through a difficult season and they're just trying to come into themselves and they're getting an attitude and all of that, God is still with them. If you're going through the tumultuous teen years like I was, my parents were, God is still with you. If you're watching your adult child struggle in life, God is still with you. He's still with them. But He's raising you to be the kind of parent that can stand firm, even if you don't see the things that you want to see happen. I promise you that they will. If you are walking through something that is very difficult and your heart is hurting because you see your child walking down a path, pray. Now, does God need our prayers? I don't think He needs our prayers, but we need them. That draws us closer to God. When we put our trust in God and we're praying and we're interceding and we're surrendering that child up to God, that helps us. That helps us to be strong. I think God's going to do whatever He's going to do in each of our lives. We're the ones that have the free will and we're the ones that can be resistant to that. But I'm saying God is going to do what He's going to do. I think he wants us to partner with him. I think he's given us the incredible honor and responsibility to partner with him as a parent and help to continue to lift that child up. Now, when they're an adult, you're obviously not still raising them, but your heart still hurts when you see them going through something that's difficult. You can share your own experiences with them, like I do with my children, but honestly, they've got to walk their own walk. I can't hold their hand and walk through that. Honestly, their way to heaven, it's a one-way ticket, and they can't get there on mine. They're going to have to do that on their own. So what I can do is pray them into heaven, pray them into their life, their destiny, their identity, and all of that. So I want to encourage you that if you are walking that road right now, don't give up. Continue to pray for your children. I am an example of a praying mom, and I was able to get through all the difficult things, and I didn't turn out bad. At least I hope I didn't turn out bad. And now God is using me to help other moms. He's using me to encourage and pour into other people that have walked that same road. At the time, maybe nobody had any hope for me because I was, really rebellious teenager and struggled with my young adult life, making good, healthy decisions with relationships and money and all of that. I made every mistake that you can possibly imagine, but God still got me here because my mom prayed, because my mom and dad didn't give up on me, even though they probably wanted to. So anyway, I hope this encourages you. I wanted to acknowledge my mom because we were talking about it yesterday when I was over there, that the hardest thing as a parent is watching your kids walk through something that you can't do anything about, but you can pray for them. And I just thanked her then. I said, because of you, I am where I'm at today. So if you're on the other end of this right now and you're like, I don't see how there's going to be a way out of this, trust me, there's a way out. God will show you the way out. Prayer helps you to stay connected and helps you to partner with him. So anyway, remember, he has a plan for you. It is good, I promise you. And I love you, and I can't wait for us to be back together again. Hang on, Mama. It's going to be okay. Bye.